Moments ago, the Weather Channel has named a new winter storm. It's Frankie, and it will bring snow from coast to coast. A lot to bring you this Thursday afternoon. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Liana Brackett. Let's go ahead and quickly bring in storm specialist Dr. Erika Navarro, who's now tracking Frankie and a potential nor'easter heading into next week.
Yeah, we've got a lot of weather here to talk about. It's a matter of what kind of combination do we have between cold and warm temperatures, and where is it in the vertical in the relation to the upper levels of the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and pull out our profiler here to give you an idea of how we get those different types of precipitation. Now, to get snowfall, we need the air temperature to be below freezing all the way from above here, let's say 6,000 feet, all the way down towards the surface. You can see there everything falling in this region, if we get precipitation, is going to be snow. But let's say you get a little bit of warmer air mixed in, maybe down near the surface. So now I've moved up that temperature to above freezing. It's now about 41 degrees, and you can hear the changes, right? The difference. Now that snow that falls through the atmosphere encounters that warmer air near the surface and begins to melt and falls as rain. But let's say we bring in the warmer air at a different level in the atmosphere. How about up here near 4,000 feet? So now if I warm it up just a little bit, this allows some of those precipitations the opportunity to melt and then refreeze as it encounters that colder air down near the surface. This is how we get sleet, because we have enough depth of cold air here down near the surface where those particles will freeze enough and form these little balls that'll bounce around off your car and off the sidewalks and kind of be annoying. It ruins a good snow day if you grow up near the coastal areas. But let's say we bring in that warmer air here a little bit lower. So now this is just above the surface. This is when things can get really tricky, because now the precipitation falls as snow. It hits this warmer air here at around 2,000 feet and begins to melt. But then down near the surface, notice we're still below freezing. So all of that really cold water falls, hits the surface, and can freeze on contact. This is when we can get ice accumulation, freezing rain, and freezing drizzle down on the roads, which can make travel very hazardous for this type of time of year. So Nick, a lot of these areas could be experiencing this across the south, and this could be very dangerous.
Things to watch for as we head into the weekend.
Well, welcome back to Weather Center Live, and it's that time of the year, the end of 2017, and we're making way for 2018. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of the most popular spots to bring in the new year, New Year's Eve at New York City, Times Square. So here's a look at the forecast. We're looking at Sunday night, of course, clear skies, but sometimes that's not always the best news, because look how those temperatures really drop. We're talking about close to 11 degrees, almost 10 degrees by midnight, but check out those wind chills. That's where it's really bad. I mean, we're talking about -2 to -4 degrees when you tap into that wind. So very, very cold temperatures before the bitter cold moves right now, and let's talk about it.
But first, I brought you a gift.
Yes.
You know, we got to celebrate in style at the Weather Channel, so I got to have our awesome New Year's props. But is it too cold, Liana? I mean, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, I mean, and especially when you compare, like, people are going to be flying in from all over the country. I'm originally from the West Coast. You're from the East Coast.
Yes.
I don't see it being very fun.
Listen, you know, the East Coasters, especially the New Yorkers, I mean, you go. Doesn't matter. You know, you're out there. People literally will not cancel their plans, even when it's 1 degree. 1 degree. And we're talking about wind chills below 0. So this is the record low temperature in New York. But, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? People are absolutely resilient.
I mean, especially historically. I mean, look at that. I mean, you're still in the teens, so it's not super rare to see something like this. But, hey, I don't think I really want to go there. I'm like, especially with all the crowds. I mean, what do? You can't get out. So what do you do for food, water? I mean, you can't stay warm all the time.
You know, well, you come prepared, right? You bring your snacks. I mean, now you have to add extra layers, right? So that means extra pockets, you know, so you stake all your snacks, you pull them out, and especially with all those people around you, it's actually going to be quite a bit warmer, you know. I mean, that wind might come in and hit your face, but that's why you wear a scarf, right? Yeah, and I mean, I saw someone on Twitter, actually, they were like, you know, remind people that certain libations, I won't mention quite which ones necessarily, but they don't actually warm you up. It kind of gives you this false sense of warming. So you can't always trust that either. But even then, I mean, all the crowds, it can be kind of probably a little stinky. Yeah, you know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience is how I've heard. You know, you'll never see anything quite like it. We're talking thousands of people. I mean, outside of a sporting event, this is probably the only time you're going to be in that kind of crowd, and it's just amazing to be there with that ball coming down. Everybody's super happy. It's very hopeful, you know.
I think we aren't alone. Just like Dr. Erika and I, when we asked some New Yorkers, they had the same difference of opinion. Feeling of numbness in my fingers and toes doesn't excite me.
She means business, but you know what? The atmosphere means business because these wind chills are no joke. The temperatures are no joke, but I'm telling you, it's not going to deter people. When it comes to Times Square in New Year's Eve, people will be there.
People will be. I mean, I also did a poll real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up because it was too good not to do it. 54% of people said they would not brave these temperatures.
Weather Channel has named a new winter storm. Its name is Frankie, and it will bring snow from coast to coast. A lot to bring you on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Liana Brackett. Let's bring in storm specialist Dr. Erika Navarro now tracking Frankie and a potential nor'easter heading into next week.
Yeah, it's a lot of weather here to talk